Aloha friends, it's Robert Stellick. Welcome to the Blue Planet Surf YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about my favorite stand-up paddle spots here on the island of Oahu. We're going to do a trip around the island to check out the best spots to paddle for beginners and intermediate paddlers, which means calm, protected waters, close to shore, without strong trade winds, without offshore winds, and so on. So on Oahu, if it's a super calm day without wind, there's a lot of spots you can go out even as a beginner. But most days we have winds, so the wind makes the water rough and choppy. So it's good to find a spot that's kind of protected from all sides ideally, where you stay close to shore and the water's not rough from the wind and waves. Definitely want to avoid any spots that have shore break or waves, big chop, or shallow reef. So the first spot we're going to check out is here on the northeastern shore of Oahu. It's a beautiful spot. You can paddle out to the ocean on this side, or you can paddle up the little river estuary on this side, and it meanders up the valley. Beautiful little adventure paddle to go on. So if you have a board, this is a great spot to go to. There's also an access that you can park at a parking spot and then walk down to the water pretty quickly. So that's probably the easiest place to launch. Here at the river mouth is also a really pretty place. Welcome to Kawela Bay. This beautiful beach is located on the northern tip of Oahu, close to Turtle Bay. And it kind of struts out on both sides, so it's a little bit protected from the wind and the waves. It is a little bit shallow in some spots, so be careful, shallow spots. It's also a beautiful beach to just come out and hang out and just go swimming and cruise, go sunbathing or whatnot. Just a beautiful spot. Really nice place to stand up paddle because it's relatively calm on the inside, even for beginners. It's a great spot to check out. If you're a beginner or intermediate paddler and just learning, it's really important to find a location that has smooth, calm water, like here at the Duke's Lagoon in Waikiki. A lot of beaches here on Oahu are pretty rough. There's wind, there's shore break, there's waves, there's chop on the water. So unless the conditions are perfect and there's no wind at all and no waves, a lot of the beaches are not ideal for learning how to stand up paddle. So you would looking for protected waters. And one of my favorite spots is the Duke's Lagoon here in Waikiki. It's fully enclosed, so you can't drift off. It's protected from the wind by the tall buildings around it, so the water's always calm and smooth even on a windy day, and that makes stand-up paddling a lot easier. It's also very safe because you can pretty much stand anywhere in the lagoon. It's definitely a safe place. It doesn't have any sharp reef or rocks on the bottom. It's all sandy, and it's pretty. There's fish. There's a little island with a waterfall. So it's a real nice spot to check out. Okay, so here we are at the Anahulu River in Haleiwa, right next to the Rainbow Bridge at Blue Planet Adventure Company. This is probably the best place to bring beginners to paddle because you don't even have to bring your own board. We provide all the equipment. You can paddle right here, and the river is always protected, calm water. It's a really nice paddle up the river. It kind of meanders up the valley a little bit. Mangroves, and there's like a rope swing, there's turtles in the water. So this is a really cool place to paddle for beginners, and you even have all the gear right there, and you can just launch on our deck. It's got all the amenities you need. It's got shower, bathrooms, lockers, cold water, everything you need right here at Blue Planet Adventure. So this is another excellent place to paddle for stand-up paddling beginners or really anybody. Hey, welcome to Pokai Bay here on Oahu's west side, the beautiful west side of the island. This is another excellent spot for stand-up paddleboarding. It's protected by the seawall. Nice protected little bay over here, sandy beach, easy access. Beautiful spot. So this is another one of my favorite spots to take people to. As a little bonus, there's also a really nice surfing spot here in the middle at Rest Camp on a westerly swell. Has some really nice surf. So you got something for everybody. Beginners can paddle in the protected bay, and more advanced stand-up surfers can catch some waves in the middle. Another place worth mentioning is Lanikai Beach on Oahu's east shore. Here I'm paddling out towards the Mokulua Islands early in the morning. A beautiful place to paddle, beautiful sandy beach. Lanikai and also Kailua Bay are really pretty places. There's also Flat Island off Kailua Beach. So those are fun adventures, but not necessarily the best place to start as a beginner, because on a windy day the water gets quite rough and choppy, and that just makes balancing more challenging. So for a total beginner, I recommend the spots we mentioned earlier where the water's calm and protected always. So, but Lanikai is a great adventure paddle for intermediate, a little bit more advanced paddlers. Another great place to explore is Mokuli'i Island, also known as Chinaman's Hat. This is a little on the east side, a little bit further north than Kailua. So a cool place to explore. You can paddle from shore to the island pretty close. The water's a little bit shallow on the inside, but there's a trail that goes up to the top of the island. So this is a really fun adventure for those that are a little bit more advanced, comfortable paddling in a little bit rougher water and not falling in so much so you don't hit the bottom. It does get pretty shallow and rocky there. So on a windy day, it can get a little bit rough. And so it's a little bit more tricky to paddle in these kind of conditions than totally smooth, calm water. So if you're a beginner, keep in mind you're looking for calm, protected water. As you get better, you can do some exploring like I'm doing here. And then once you're comfortable with that, you can slowly work your way up to catching some small waves and then maybe going in the surf. But that's not where you want to go at first. Don't go in the surf if you're a beginner. Okay, so this concludes our tour of my favorite stand-up paddle spots here on the island of Oahu. Hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Make sure to subscribe to the Blue Planet Surf YouTube channel where we come out with a new video every week. So thanks for watching. See you on the water. Aloha.